शूलं वज्रं च खड्गं परशुमभैदं दक्षिणाङ्गे वहन्तं नागं पाशं च घण्टां डमरुकसहितां चाङ्कुशं वामभागे नानालङ्कारदीप्तं स्फटिकमणिनिभं पार्वतीशं नमामि. Welcome to my channel Gauri Nemani. This video I am making on a division between health side and hospital side. What I found was when you are on the border, if you take a step more towards the health side, you are away from the other side, that is the division hospital and that other side. With respect to this, I found if we are on the health side, you are away from the other side. The neutral gear is for a very small time. You cannot be in the neutral gear for a long time. And slightly you slip slowly on the disease side. So it starts with just temperature reading, then pressure, sugar, one after one. So the sliding is so gradual, and it is like what you call very loose sun gear wheel, and all the gears slipping from one to another. So that's what happens. So to avoid that, what I found was that it should be better lean on the health side. For that, I found some sport activity which keeps you on your mindset. It takes you on the health side to the extent. For that, I found the best sport individually is start with boxing. And here I found some videos in the YouTube boxing videos. They are very interesting. And once you hear the language jargon jargon goes very different style, but still once you are accustomed, and all you need is a partner. If you are available individually, at the starting, if you are not having any friend, you can individually start with a sandbox and practice the punching with the sandbags. And here the jargon is left jab, right power punch, lead uppercut, lead hook, power punch, front foot, rear hook. Hook incidentally is my favorite shot in cricket. Lead upper hand, jab of the body, pivot hook. All this is boxing language jargon. And here what happens, your reflexes are, you are on the tenterhooks, and your reflexes are all right. And when the mindset is always on the health side, so you are away from the disease side. So once I was coming from New Delhi to Vijayawada by Link Express, there boarded a lot of people, very sturdy and healthy people, and I found them very interesting. Then I asked them, what is happening here in this small station called Belampalli? They said, National Boxing Championship is being held here. We are all boxers. And then I saw them. I remember to this day, though it happened many years ago, and everyone was very active and healthy, and the whole compartment was full of these guys, all were coming from this National Boxing Championship in a small town, Belampalli. And later on, with the same way, for my book, when I was researching the health advantages of continuing education, later on I expanded it to Stay Young and Healthy Through the Business of Self-Improvement, published by Indiana Publishing House. And all my books were read by Terry McGrath. But incidentally, Terry McGrath said, now I am entering the construction field as such. I am unable to publish it. So that is other story. But with respect to this health and my preface, I found in those days, 1998 or so, or 60, I don't remember, but the bout was between Sony, Liston and Johnson, and both the people's parameters were given in the spreadsheet that time, and height, weight, etc., everything were given. And I was amused to see that one of the parameters I matched with them. That was chest expansion. Those days I used to regularly do yoga and pranayam, and my chest expansion was equal to both of them. That is 2.5 inches. So I was very amused to see that I was at least one parameter I was matching with the world champions, going for the championship bout. So that was the aspect of boxing. And this boxing side always keeps you on the yourself on the tenterhooks. And this happens This keeps you on the health side. As I told you just now, this bout between Sony Liston and Johnson, those parameters, I was very amazed to see that one of the parameters I was matching, and it was 2.5 chest expansion. My chest was equal to theirs, both of them, and that was that aspect. And regularly, if you do this boxing aspect, you're on the health side, you're away from the sleeping to the disease side. And sleeping, it happens once you enter the one set, from one set to another you go on sleeping like the weak sun wheel in a gearbox. And it so happens so fast, sometimes you wonder where you were and where you landed. And now you sometimes you are a football for the doctors, team of doctors, or if it is single position, it is a better diagnosis. So my request is, it's best you jump onto this sport, or any sport activity will keep you away from the disease side. This is the simplest is boxing. If you have the other partner after sandbag punching and practice, then it is only for health purpose and yourself to keep on the reflexes and sports practice. Is not for going for the championships, etc. But it will keep you. It's a very good, interesting sport. And with the points aside, you can, as you develop, it goes on to very good, interesting sport, and you can see the champions videos. Then you are better excited to continue that. And this is the one aspect of being on the health side of the line. And similarly, I had given that in my previous cancer cancellation video, that cancer is a degeneration process and of the cells, and it can be restricted. A break can be put on the process by a counter process, that is regeneration process. I suggested only that up to that point, but I did not give the methodology to how to. I was thinking all along how to do that, and now I found the method how to do that. Create the regeneration signal, that is by a health process like this, boxing or any setup. And even people who have, especially for those who have been chronic patients of cancer and almost given up life, coming back to life, for them I suggest, if there are different kinds of cancer patients. Some have very good mobility, going outside and moving outside, and some have restricted mobility. Even those who have restricted mobility, if have the minimal for this boxing type of experiment or any movement, any simple movement exercise. So if they start that, they are away from the lonely melancholy process of having thought themselves to be always a patient. The term patient will drop the moment they start this. And this process of being on the health side, whether it is boxing or simple any other exercise on the health side, any game side, so that will process the mind side, it changes. And the patient at least who was hitherto always on the disease side, thinking that it is a given up life, the feeling of elation, a feeling of joy comes to them, and there is a good process for them to recover. And if the recovery process is slow, it will be a catalyst for them, for the recovery process to be faster. This is my suggestion for the cancer patients, who are chronic patients, and who have, say, any for a long time having been and in this process of the cancer. And if they have the mobility to do any of the sports activity, the simplest one is the boxing side. And here there is no genders. Even there, you can see the WWF, both women and men's fightings are there. And those fightings, just even for watching them, you have a healthy feeling. That is the advantage of watching them. No, we don't enter anywhere near in them, but they near them. But here, what I found is this process, start say positive process, positive thinking process in your brain, and all mindset is from the brain, and this helps the cancer recovery process. This is my suggestion. And people who are who have the inclination to do the experiment, they should let me know about this activity, how the results are coming. This is my this is the purpose of my putting on the YouTube. And here again, what is happening? These Google, YouTube, all these they put together. They say you can, for research purposes, etc. You can take money in case you need from money lending organizations of ours. But here, at the moment I strike my age, that comes for rejection. Even Google's money lenders, all those, but the moment I put 79 my age, it comes for a rejection that it is meant for 1 to 70. What do you put people who are 17 in the what you call shadow zone or the beyond their regular zone? I need some help. If I by any process, YouTube or these channels, any of these channels, because for research purpose, I need, because the subject of research, they say you are going to make money. How much money you are going to say? I say, humans, you are not yet started anything. How can I pay right now? I'm in a non-earning age. We cannot go for employment, nor do I do any business. So I seek help from any of these organizations for research purposes, and the worth of the research process they can find out from the problem and research I am doing. If they find it worth, it is okay, and they can help me in this aspect, and I will receive. And the moment I am able to generate any money out of that, I will repay as soon as possible. This is my request for the research purpose for funding. In this very process, like cylinder head, when it fails at mid sea, we have a process of called metal locking. There are small in the cracked process. We open invert the cylinder head, and wherever the crack has taken place, we put the small conical things and a powder like thing on that, and we do the stitching with no gap between one cone and the next one. This is called metal locking, and the equivalent why I am suggesting with respect to this health aspect is an analogical thing. Previously, they used to, for ladies family planning operations, very simple process. Later on, they found was laparoscopy. Simply take out something, put a knob, a knot, and stow it again. Similarly, what I am suggesting, metal locking process, the details can be had from the chatbot, and you can understand that process. An equivalent of that anywhere in the medical field, the equivalent of that might help in some processes. This is my suggestion, and this metal locking it is called. And once it holds up, the cylinder head is, though the leaking stops. It is more normally used for making port, but sometimes when it is holding well, some daring chief engineer say I can sail with this an outgoing voyage also. This is what happens in the marine field. Incidentally, this recording I am making just 3 hours away from earlier than midnight of 24th night. It is a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for all my audience who are going to listen to this tube once I'm putting it on YouTube. Thank you very much.